Excuse me. Hello, hello, hello. Happy Tuesday Night Live. It is Tuesday night, May 2nd, which means that finally the brand new Stampin' Up! 2023-2024 annual catalog is live, which means I can open it. La. Okay, so hello, Marie, welcome. Okay, so I've got some stuff to show you tonight because I can finally open the catalog. Got lots to chat about. Hello, Jackie. Welcome. Happy Tuesday Night Live. Okay, I'm going to flip down the camera. Oh, let me start this all over again. Let me start by saying, welcome. My name is Betty Sakosha. I am a independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator and the team leader for the Power of Positive Inking in the United States. Massachusetts is where I live. In any case, the brand new annual catalog is live today. There have been some... shipping has been an issue because Stampin' Up! Got bombarded with a bunch of orders last month. So they've been working overtime. Everybody's been helping out, packaging up orders. But they are a little behind on shipping orders. So unless you expedite the order, it's going to take a little while to get. That said, you are going to get it eventually. And there's really good stuff in this catalog. So today, in particular, I have a couple of things to chat about. I am actually doing a catalog launch in a couple of weeks with some fellow demonstrators throughout the country and in Canada. And so that's going to be happening on May 20th. But in the meantime, I don't want you to miss out on things you need to know about. So let me flip the catalog. Let me flip you down and we'll start chatting. How's that sound? Okay, ready, set, flip. Whoa. Okay. Let me see if that's going to work a little better. All right. Let me bring you down. There we go. Okay. So there is my information, should you need it. bettyboop.stampinup.net or booptique.wordpress.com. That's where you can find me. Here is the catalog. You've seen the cover for a long time. Here is the inside. I opened to something that actually wasn't new. There are a bunch of new things in here. Probably the thing that is the newest and something you've been hearing about for months now is the color refresh. But wait till you see how pretty it looks all together. Nope, not that page. Not that page. All the pages, right? Let me open that up there. What I'm really pleased with is that the colors now, I think, work really well together. Not that they didn't before, but refresh is a good word for this because I do feel like fresh new colors that really, you got a lot of great fun color combinations now that can look elegant, can look fresh, can look stunning, lots of different things that you can mix with all these colors. So we're really happy about that. What I'd like to focus on today, however, so many new things coming, but really what I want to focus on are the designer series papers coming. So if you have your catalog, you can start to find these on page 129 through page 132. So there's lots and lots of different designer series paper. Now, as demonstrators, we were able to pre-order some, a limited amount, and I did get some. I didn't get everything I could have gotten, but I did get a chunk of what I could have gotten, and so I want to share some of those with you. All right, so let me put that aside and let me pull out some that we were able to get. So the first one I want to show you is this one right here. It's called Countryside Inn, and it's 12 by 12 paper. So it's comes in like all the blues. So the colors for this are Balmy Blue, Boho Blue, Misty Moonlight, and Night of Navy. So all of these beautiful blues together. Here, it's going to be easier to see that if I separate those two. So pretty, right? This actually matches an embossing folder that you can get separately. This one has some adorable foxes. This one's just pretty blue trees, birds, flowers, and bunnies. And then the other side of the paper is more neutral and heavily blue. There's a lot of blue going on the other side of this paper as well. Such pretty paper. So that is one pack of paper. I probably shouldn't have showed you that first because that's really the card I want to make with you tonight. So let me move on to another one first. I'll show you another for a second. I will show you another one. And this pack of paper can be found. It's called Zoo Crew. And it can be found right here on page 132 of our new catalog. And let me show you. It actually coordinates with here. I'll show you what it coordinates with. I don't own what it coordinates with. I didn't purchase that. But I love the paper, and I feel like there's so much that you can do on your own with this paper, let alone the stamp set and the dies. So if you have your catalog, it's on page 46 and 47 of the catalog. And here's the stamp set with these adorable, like a skunk, a singing turtle, a llama, a knitting llama, a bicycling crocodile, a raccoon with some balloons, and a dancing cheetah. So cute, right? And then a bunch of dies that match it. Here we go. Focus. There we go. It's kind of hard to focus. I don't know why that's happening, but that's what the dies look like. Okay, so let me show you what the paper looks like in real life. Because even if you don't want the stamp set, which is what I chose, not to get the stamp set, the paper itself is adorable. So this one is a bunch of dancing critters. I'm going to save the best for last. Here, I'll move them out of the way of the camera. Okay, this one, can you stand it? It's like an aardvark on a unicycle. Who'd have thunk, right? And a fox on a Vespa. So cute. So cute. All right. Then there is, I feel like I'm missing a page. I think I am. I'm going to have to go find another page here. This one here is, it's a koala juggling cupcakes. There's no more that needs to be said. So cute. Oh, I know which one I'm missing. This is the one I used for my card. This one here has a bunch of musical notes and a bunch of, like a turtle doing karaoke. What's that called? A warthog playing a banjo. So cute. A beaver playing bongos. Oh, so cute. All right. And then the last two. A sloth doing yoga. It doesn't get better than this. There's like a little, I don't know, gazelle maybe, making some food here. Just look how cute this is. So stinking cute. And then this may be my favorite. And this is all the little animals camping. So cute. Look at that little pig. Oh, love it. Okay, so let me show you a really quick card. I already made this, and I'm not going to make it with you. I'm just going to show you the made card, a sample of what you can do with this. So I used all of the animals with their musical notes and cut out just a swath of that. And then I used our musical note embossing folder. Now, truth be told, I believe that the embossing folder, let me see what it's actually called. It is called Merry Melody 3D folder. So you can see it there, right? Why? There we go. This doesn't really want to focus here. But I was hoping that you would think it was the happy birthday song. That's what I was hoping. I think the truth is that this is actually Joy to the World. But I don't know that for sure, so I would send it to somebody who maybe is less musically inclined. If they're really musically inclined, maybe they'll just be taken by the bongo playing beaver, and they won't pay attention to the fact of what's in the background here. But that is that. And all I did was cut a strip of that, and on the inside of the card, I just fussy cut. You can see if I have this new phone, and it really is, it's supposed to be a better phone, and yet its focusing is a challenge for it today. Maybe I need to do a little more research. But in any case, I just fussy cut out the little guy here and put him on the inside of the card. Okay. So that is with that pack of paper. Another pack of paper that I wanted to show to you is this pack here. You're going to love this one. I think it's called Fresh as a Daisy paper, but I left the actual pack across the room. Okay, Fresh as a Daisy. Okay, it's 12 by 12 paper, and it coordinates with the Fresh as a Daisy suite, which has got a bunch of things. Now this particular sheet, so this is 12 by 12 paper. This particular sheet has a bunch of different kind of panels to it that you might cut up and then make their own cards out of these panels. This one here is just a very big like little daisy field there. This one's got a lot of greens and some of the new wild wheat. This has got some of the beautiful new returning peacock in this one, along with copper clay. This has got some nice pink in it, and the new moody mauve. And then this one's got a lot of green and yellow in it. So pretty. And then on the back side of this paper is just like a color wash. It's so pretty and going to be so useful for when you need just a little bit of nothing too noticeable on the back, but something not quite flat. This paper is really beautiful. This to me looks like, I don't know, it looks like a cement countertop or something. I think it's so pretty. That's the new Pebbles Path. So this pack of paper, I wanted to show you a couple of cards made with this pack of paper. So this one here, I talked about the little panels in the front. There's absolutely nothing stamped on this card. It is simply cut out, a couple different panels cut out. Oh, that's stamped on the inside. I just stamped a little really light daisy on the inside. But this is using the new bubble bath, color, which is a really light pink. It's so pretty. But this paper is so striking unto itself, you're not going to have to do a lot to it. So that's one sample there. This one here, I created using that paper that has the peacock in it. And a couple of weeks ago, I featured some really quick cards with these, with this design here. So I just took the exact same design and just created it for a new card. So this one was bright and kind of poppy, and this one is a much more subtle look. But you can see here, I don't know if you can see. Why does this not want to focus? All right, I got to work on that. But I think you can see these dots. And if I turn it sideways, you can see they're not really raised. They're quite flat. So I think that they would absolutely, definitely not cost you more to mail this. So I haven't mailed anything with these new dots, but these new dots these are called the 2023-2025 in color dots, and they come in all the colors, all the in colors. So let me pull those out so you can get a look at those. So you've got the Pebbled Path, the Wild Wheat, Moody Mauve, Copper Clay, and the Boho Blue. And you can see, I think if I hold them sideways, they really are hardly raised at all. So they're going to be really nice to use and not cost you extra to mail. So that's what this card is here. All right. And then probably my favorite card from that pack is this one here. So I use the Artisan oh, it's called Artisan something. And we've had it around for a while. Artistically inked on page 114 of your catalog. This stamp set has been around for a while, and the artistic dies match that, page 162. And you can see them right here. Really, really beautiful dies. If you don't own those, they are absolutely worth it. It's a beautiful stamp set, and these dies themselves, you can do so much with them, and they're so elegant. So I just used this kind of big leafy thing, and then I cut it up and used, this was one of the panels from that piece that had all the different panels, and I just kind of stacked the leaves there, and then used the tailored tags to do these kind of this kind of belt thing in the middle. And this features that new color called winter wheat. I'm blanking on this. Is it called winter wheat? Yeah, it's definitely called winter wheat, right? I don't know if it's actually wild wheat. Winter would be stupid because winter wheat probably doesn't have a whole lot of color. It's called wild wheat, and it looks beautiful with this peacock. It's just a really, really gorgeous combination together, really elegant. So that was that one. All right, now back to the first set of paper that I showed you. That is this countryside paper. I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you a really kind of interesting way to do a card that is mostly just cardstock. Or designer series paper, I'm sorry. All right, so what I'm going to do, I cut a bunch of strips of my paper at 1-inch strips. So there's just a bunch of these, and you can see all the different patterns that I've got going here, right? It's just a bunch of these. And I'm going to use this tag punch here. So this is the, this is called Banner's Pick-a-Punch. And the number is right there, 153608. And it sells for $27. But you can use it for a lot of different things. So you can get the banner that's kind of got the point on it, or you can get the banner that's got the flag on it. But the really nice thing is that you can do a 1/2 inch, 3/4 of an inch, or 1-inch strips for both sides of these. And if you look here, this is where the paper will fit in. So I am using 1-inch strips. So I'll just show you. The paper slides right into that little valley in there. But you could also do, like I said, a 1/2 inch, 3/4 of an inch, or 1-inch strips for this. So I'm going to put through several pieces at one time. And let's see. I don't think it really matters on this paper. Oh, this paper matters because it's got foxes. So I'm going to put this in. I have 3 pieces that I'm putting through at the same time. And I'm just going to push it in as far as it goes. And then if you flip it over, you can see on the back that it goes that far. And then I'm going to punch it, and then they will all have this flag end. Okay? Then I'm going to do a few shorter ones, because I'm going to be needing those as well. Actually, let me start with these. Let me start with this, and then I'll go back in and change it if I need to. It'll all make sense in a minute. Okay, All right, so I'm going to build on this paper here, and then I'm going to have you help me decide if I actually do want to build on that paper there. Okay, so I am using my paper trimmer, and I'm going to cut these, the first ones that I put through. You know what, I'm looking at the tip of this, and it looks a little wonky because I don't think I had it in straight. So what I'm going to do is trim off the end. So now I've got a straight edge again. And I'm going to show you a way to make sure that it's straight. So I'm pushing that in. And then on the back, I just want to make sure that that looks straight to me here. And that looks pretty good. So that looks better than it did before. That looks much more even than it did before. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut these strips of paper at 3 inches. Might as well put them all together. Why not? So I'm going to cut these at 3 inches on my paper cutter. Like so. So I've just lined this up right here with the 3-inch mark. I'm going to give that a trim. And then I'm going to grab, let's see, let's do 2 of these over here. I'm going to put these in, same thing, put them right into my 1-inch mark here, my 1-inch valley flag that I'm making, like that. And for these pieces, I'm going to put them in at 2 1/8 inches. 2 1/8. So the first was at 3, these are at 2 1/8. And I'm going to need a couple more pieces, but let's decide in a second which ones we want to do. Okay, so these were the 3 1/4. So let me take a look at how I want to put this in. Let's see. What if we start that at the bottom? Put a dark one in the middle. The paper that I'm using here is the new boho blue. And then from this side, I'm going to go in like that. Maybe like that. So I'm going to kind of design it first, and then I'll start to adhere it down. So I feel like I need a little bit of a dark piece at the top. I don't want it to be the exact same dark piece. I'm going to use this one here. So let's put this in. And I'll cut that at 2 inches. 2 1/8. Eighths are a little bit difficult to measure on the cutting because while 2 1/8 is easy to find right here, the line doesn't go all the way up. So you kind of, you can make it work. It's just a little bit tricky. A little bit tricky, but you can do it. Okay, now I need 2 more pieces here, at the up here and down here. So I'm going to take my 1-inch strips. Let's see, I think that might be nice there. And maybe that up there. Yeah, I think I'll do that. So this one I want to cut at 3 1/8 inches. Excuse me, 3 inches. Bad information here. 3 inches. And then this guy, it is very difficult to punch it first and then cut it. So I'm going to cut it. Excuse me. It's difficult to do the other way around. So you want to punch it first and then cut it to your size. This is important if it's less than 3 inches. You can fit in about 3 inches, but once it gets less than that, you don't have enough room to push it into the punch. And so it just, at that point, you have to start finagling with all sorts of other things. just makes it difficult. Okay, so these are the 2 strips that I wanted, but I actually only want half of this. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to put these on my, right here on my, cutter, and I'm lining this up. I don't know if you can see this, but I'm lining this up so that this, the innermost part of this flag is going to be right along this valley here. That's how I'm going to cut it. And then I'm going to hold it tight as I shut it, and then cut it. And then I will have this here, so it's cut at the right. You've got those angles there. Okay, so let's get that out of the way and finish off this card. So this piece, yeah, that'll work. I need it to go like that, and I need this one to go like this. So basically, this is how I'm designing the card. Okay, so it's going to be these little flag end pieces that are going to kind of meet up. And I do have an option to do, this is on the boho blue. I could also do it on navy, but I'm afraid we'd end up losing, I feel like we end up losing a lot of, I don't know. This is not my favorite, I think, so I don't think I'm going to do navy. And another option could be white. So maybe I will do white, and then you can, I have another sample that I can show you in the end. So maybe I'll do white, and then you can let me know which you prefer. All right, so the way that I find this easiest to do is to just use a tiny bit of seal. So not Seal Plus, I'm just using seal. And I'm going to just tack these down, tiny, tiny, tiny. Whoops, I wanted that side, right? Make sure you get the right side. If you're not sure, if this is too sticky, it's going to stick to everything and you don't want that. So a lot of times what I'll do is to take my jeans or just my sweater or whatever, and then just, that picks up a little bit of lint, which means that it's not going to be permanent. It means I'll be able to pick it up in a minute if I want to. And I think I will want to. This is a little bit of a, it's not difficult, but you got to kind of play with it a little bit. And so I wouldn't use a really strong adhesive to begin with, because you want to kind of lay it out first and then figure out if you like how it looks. All right, I can see already that I've laid it out too close. I've got too much of a gap at the bottom, so I'm going to try and make this a little bit more even. I think that's going to work out. And that's going to work out. Okay. And then the same thing on this side. So I'm going to start with the top. And I'm just creating, hopefully, you can see this here in between. You want it to be fairly even there. Let's see. Yeah, I think that's how I wanted this to go down. So again, I'm just gonna use my sweater here to give me a little bit of less tack. If you have a removable adhesive, that too would work great. I'm sort of creating my own removable adhesive here. But if you own that, that would work great for this. And then the bottom one is going to fit right there. And then once this is set, once I know that it works, then I'm just going to go in with some green glue, my favorite. Green glue is really nice because it gives you a lot of flexibility. And I'm going to kind of start right in the middle because I've laid everything else out. So if I start in the middle, I won't mess up any borders. I don't know if that makes sense to you, but once you start creating this, that will make sense. All right, that looks good. Now I've got those two kind of adhered where they need to be, these two here. So now I can do the bottom, and then I'll do the top. And then the green glue is nice because it gives you a little bit of wiggle room with moving things around. But once it adheres, it's going to be permanent. So that is where it is going to be. All right. So again, I'm going to start in the middle sections over here. And squishing that down. All right. Now, if you have directional paper, some of these papers are directional. You definitely want to be cognizant of that as you're creating. Some of it is not. Some of it is easy to use. And maybe the first time you make this card, maybe you want to use something that is not directional to make it a little bit easier for you. And then this one right here. All right. Oh, I kind of like it with the white. It's not what I did the first time around, so. All right, let me put this on some, well, I could do either. Should I do it on boho blue? I love this blue. If you have followed me for any amount of time, you know that I'm not a huge fan of balmy blue. But this new boho I really like. So I could do it on boho, like this, pretty. Or I could do it on navy, like this. So let me know what you think, navy or boho. And I'll do whatever you tell me to do. Sandy's saying happy catalog day. Yes, it's our new catalog. Okay, so which one are you saying that oh, I think these comments are coming in that are old comments, so I'm not sure, but let me know if I should do the boho or the navy, which one you think it looks better on. So while you're telling me that, I just wanted to show you this. This is my inside panel that my inside layer that I'm gonna put in, and I just used one little strip of paper to kind of coordinate with everything. So I'll put that on the inside. As soon as we have an answer. And if I don't, navy. Jody said navy. I'm kind of agree. Both, Jackie said. Jackie, we're only doing one card, so we're only doing one. I'm going to use the navy. All right, so let me put this on the front, like so. We'll put this on the inside. Look at, can you see? I was making some, this is how good our paper is. So I was making some bookmarks that I can talk to you about in a minute, but they didn't work out the way I wanted them to work out. So I ended up just using the paper. I was able to just cut the paper, and our paper is so good that you can't even see through it. I put it through the printer, but you can't even see the writing on the back of that. That's how good Stampin' Up! Paper is. You can mess up and use it for something else, and it works out just fine. Okay. All right. Now, I have a greeting that I wanted to put on the front of this. So I'm going to use my boho blue ink pad. And this stamp comes from the Something Fancy stamp set. I used this a couple of weeks ago to do the 3-panel cards that I did, and I can try and tell you where you can find that information in the comments. But this here is Nothing Fancy, Just Love. I love that word. Like, I would get this whole thing for that, except I really got it for this. I didn't forget your birthday. I'm just stretching out the celebration because I never send my cards on time. So this is what I used a couple of weeks ago. But today I'm going to use the thank you from that. And it's the same dies that coordinate with that. They look like this here. And they are called the Something Fancy dies. And I'm going to stamp that right there in boho blue. Oh, so pretty. Okay, what you do need to know is that this die, this is symmetrical like that. But if you're trying to, like this and this, let me see if I can zoom this in. This and this, if I put this on a straight line, if the top and the bottom are here, the two sides don't line up, right? They're a little wonky. So it is symmetrical if it is the shorter, squatter way. Does that make sense? I think it does make sense. I hope it makes sense to you. Okay, what I'm going to do, actually, because I want to put a layer behind this, and this does not come with the second layer that is a little bit larger. So I'm going to do this way. I'm just going to cut my, this shape, this hexagon, in half, and then I'm going to put a little bit of adhesive on that end. And then I'm just going to make it be like a little sticking out the side as if it had a second layer behind it. This one's going to go right here, like so. And again, green glue is great for this because it gives you time to finagle it a little bit. And then I think I'm going to pop that right up here. So I'm going to use some dimensionals. For this. And then I'll show you another sample that I did, which is a little bit different. Okay, so I'm going to put that, I could put it right in, I could put it anywhere. Should I put it down here? I kind of like when you're able to see this, so I'm not sure I want to, I think I'm going to put it right here. Like that. I'm actually covering up a little fox, which I didn't really want to do, but is what it is. Okay. So that is that, and then I will grab some of these, what did I call them? The in-color dots. I'm going to grab some of those in the boho blue. This is such a pretty color. I know that it seems a little early to be doing this, but I already would like to advocate for this being a permanent color someday. That's too soon, right? That's too much, Betty. Okay. Whoops. There we go. All right, so that kind of just pops that a little bit, and then this is the inside of the card. All right, I have another one that I did previously. Let me show you that. So I just, same patterns, just kind of different. I guess these are all pretty much the same on that side. But very, very similar look to this one here. And this here, I just use the stitch shapes. And then the dies that come with the Something Fancy actually have this little die here that kind of cuts out these little leaves here. And I thought that was pretty with that behind. Okay, so this one is on the boho with the navy background. And this one here is on the white. I kind of like the white. I feel like it pops a little bit more. Tell me, leave a comment and tell me which one you prefer. I know Jackie's going to say both. But yeah, so that is something that you can do with, well, I did use one little stamp here, but think about all the designer series paper that you have that coordinates together, and what you could create with that. So I did want to tell you that if you are if you are interested in some designer series paper, I am running a product share with designer series paper. I'm actually running a number of product shares, but designer series paper, I'm calling it all of the colors designer paper. So that would include all of the new family, the new in colors, as well as the new families of colors. So that would be all of your basic colors. Let me show you where you could find this information, because they actually are going to be two separate product shares. So that product share would include all of these found on page 133. So these are all of the color families as well as the two different in colors, and they come with these patterns here. The regular designer series paper share includes all of these here, starting on page 129, 130, 131, and 132. I personally prefer 12 by 12 paper, because then when you cut up the paper, you've got a lot more options for it. So in my share, you will get 6 inches by 12 inches, which will allow you to cut this into more panels for more card fronts. You can actually make 6 card fronts out of this, as opposed to basically 1 card front out of one 6 by 6. So this just gives you more bang for your buck in a 12 by 6 form. That said, if the paper doesn't come in 12 by 12, you do get the 6 by 6. So, and the paper comes in either 12 by 12 or 6 by 6. So it kind of varies from pack to pack. All right, so if you are interested in that, or the bling, which would be all of the new accessories, or the ribbon share, if you're interested in any of those, if you're a customer of mine, you should have received an email. If you are on my team, you should have received that email, and there are team prices for this. So take advantage of that if it is good for you. The beautiful thing about it is you really get a bunch of paper at a much more reasonable price, and you kind of get to try it out and see which colors you like, which colors you don't, or which designs you like, which packs of paper you think you might need more of, and which packs you're like, no, this sample was good, I'm kind of done with it. And that certainly is true. Not everybody likes every pack of paper, so there's that. Okay, so if you are not a customer of mine, reach out to your demonstrator and see if she or he is doing a product share. And if you are interested and they are not having one and you'd like to purchase it from me, just get in touch with me and I'm more than happy to help you out with that. But please reach out to them first. Okay, so let me pull out just the samples that, oh, I forgot to show you this one. Oh, I love that too. This is not, I wish it was a punch, but it's not. I actually cut the paper and it was a little bit wonky to figure out how to do it, but I figured it out and I was able to do that, and I can get you that information if you are interested. But this paper is just beautiful. You don't have to do too much to it. I think the paper itself is tremendous and does just such a, it's so pretty, just so pretty. Okay, and these are some from the Daisy pack. And then finally, our Zoo Crew pack of paper. I love that little guy. So cute, so cute. Okay, let me just flip you around, chat for a second. Okay. All right, so that is it. If you are interested in this paper share, I know that this is kind of time-wise, that this is going to be really quick, but you need to act quickly with this because I need to know by tomorrow so I can get the paper ordered. As I mentioned previously, Stampin' Up! Has a kind of a backlog of orders, so I don't want to delay in ordering this so that I can get this out to you. So if you are interested, if you're a customer of mine, certainly reach out to me. Reach out, if I'm not your demonstrator, reach out to your demonstrator and see if they are doing a product share that you can get in on. And if not, I'd be happy to help you out. But like I said, please reach out to them first. And this has to be, you need to let me know by tomorrow evening, which is May 3rd. So not a lot of time to make this decision, but it's not that big a decision to make, so I think you can do it. Yeah, so that's it. I will have tons more stuff coming forward. I've been playing with the daisy set. I've been playing with the circle set. I got so much to show you. And on May 20th, I'm going to be doing a catalog launch that I will give you more information on what time you can watch it, how you can watch it, because it's going to be a collaboration of a few different demonstrators. So we're going to have a lot to show you, a lot of new stuff that hopefully is on its way to all of us soon. All right, that's it. Thanks for tuning in. I appreciate it, and I will see you next Tuesday. Bye, guys.